It has been a while since we've seen one, but we're taking a look at Spiral from the Marvel Legends X-Men retro line produced by Hasbro. Now, this line has always been a highlight of the Legend line since it first came out, with the nostalgic packaging, which, how can you not love it? And this art is absolutely one of my favorites from the entire retro line. It looks really, really nice. It has that like 90s aesthetic, but like updated. And there's the back. Very reminiscent of the old X-Men line here. A bit of flavor text. And you can see the other figures from the line, and I forgot to take off the UPC code, whatever. So as we can see from the packaging, there's tons of articulation, and if we're cheating and counting all of the arm joints, this figure probably has the most articulation of all standard size figures, and we can clearly see all the great looking accessories through the blister. So let's unpack. Now, this is an amazing update to a relatively obscure figure last released in the X-Men Invasion series by Toy Biz way back in 1998. It's got some fantastic looking detail and a striking silhouette that really makes this figure stand out from the rest. So here we see Spiral, which is Mojo's deadly enforcer, with tons of extra limbs and a cybernetic limb, which all fits on her torso without looking too crowded. We can see they've fit some of the extra arms, limbs, sort of in the back and hidden by the hair, which looks really, really great. As far as articulation goes, there is no shortage of that. We have swivel hinge ankles. There's no boot calf swivel. Double hinge knees, pinless. Swivel thighs. Ball jointed drop down hips. No waist articulation. No ab crunch waist. However, there is obviously going to be ball jointed torso hinge. There are no butterfly pecs. There are no swivel hinge drop down shoulders. It's just kind of the standard jointed shoulders, the ball jointed shoulders. There is bicep swivel. There is double hinged elbows, pinless on all 6 of her arms. There's no forearm swivel on all 6 of her arms as well. There are swiveled hinged wrists for all of her arms, which is pretty great. And there's no ball jointed neck base. However, there's a standard barbell jointed head. You can see here it comes with 2 extra hands, which I'm holding off to the side here. This one has the ability to hold a sword. Her current one that she comes with package on is just a closed fist. There are 4 katana style swords. You can see here's the extra one here. 1 scythe / reaper style weapon, which is that gold bugger down there. And then finally 1 ornate broadsword. Now, don't rake me over coals. I don't know which arm is supposed to hold which sword. Typically, at least canonically, I don't know. I'm going to say maybe there's no difference. I had initially wanted to put that giant broadsword into her metal arm, but I was too lazy to switch out. So what are my final thoughts about the figure? I think Spiral is one of the best figures that Hasbro has released in a long time. Its sculpt work is just amazing. Its silhouette is great. It doesn't look like any other character on the market. It is visually distinct. There is no other character like Spiral. And sometimes the way I judge figures is if I look at the mold, can it be anybody else? It cannot be anybody else. There is nobody that looks like this, and it looks really great. The facial sculpt is really great. It's haunting with like the lack of pupils in the eyes, and the fact that they're able to kind of hide or obscure how they fit that many arms onto the torso without making it look too elongated or maybe the arms too skinny was really a work of art. It really, really looks nice. And of course, you don't see too many heroes with kind of like a teal blue outfit, and it's just great to see that kind of stuff. And so as we move on to figure comparisons to kind of help you decide how the design language for this particular figure shapes up against others in the Hasbro line, we're bringing along, and I think it goes without saying, it doesn't quite look right against the G.I. Joe classified lines, and it also doesn't quite look in universe with the Star Wars Black Series line. Needless to say, it also doesn't look right against the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line. Trini's having a little bit of problem standing up there, but whatever, whatever. Yep, she's out of here. And the standard and perfectly 6-inch scale, 6-inch figure in the Spider-Man. You can see there it scales well, although it doesn't quite look right next to it. I guess it's because the Spider-Man's design language looks a little simplistic, overly cartoony, and of its time, which really makes sense. However, if we were to put this next to Tigra, I don't like the way that Spider-Man's listing. Yeah, if we put it next to Tigra, you can see it looks really, really good next to it, and it looks like, hey, they could be sharing a comic book cover together. So the amount of accessories that Spiral comes with, the new sculpts that they did, that facial sculpt is amazing. The trickery that they did with to fit the 6 arms, and oh my gosh, like check this out, just so many accessories. It's so great. And the swords, plastic is pretty decent. They're not too bent, even though they're the softer type of plastic, so that's good. But yeah, I couldn't be happier with this figure. It looks amazing, and very happy to add it to my collection. But let me know your thoughts. Do you have anything negative to say? Do you have anything positive to say? Or are you kind of like me, where you're really excited to get this kind of niche character in? You may not know a lot about her, but you feel like you need her in your collection. All right. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.